Hello, and welcome to another fantastic War Stories game with the Baggy Pants Devils. Tonight marks our 10th game, and this will be our final one, as we're going to be wrapping up the campaign. As you probably have noticed, that Bobby is not here because he's a busy man. However, far more tragically, you also notice that Julio is not here. Now, I said last time that he was sick. We are hoping he was going to get feeling better. Unfortunately, COVID and pneumonia is a terrible combination, and we lost him. So we'll be doing a tribute to him at the end. But it feels right for us to just kind of wrap this up. Going on without him just wouldn't be the same. Boomer was a huge part of the campaign, a huge part of the group. And Julio's characters like Cricket, Jimenez, were memorable as NPCs even before he had a chance to play them. So this will be our last and final one. We hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. Hope you continue to enjoy the rest of this one as we fight to the finish here for Operation Husky. Previously, our gallant heroes have been pushing westward along the Sicilian coastline in the hot summer months, and specifically in July 1943. They are playing the 82nd Airborne from the United States, paratroopers that have been tasked with first taking Ponte Olivo airfield, and having pushed west from there, they found themselves tasked with securing Fiume della Cano. Now, Fiume della Cano features a much larger bridge capable of transport of heavier vehicles like tanks and 7-ton transport trucks. Our gallant heroes have been selected for their outstanding work behind enemy lines to become the reconnaissance platoon for the 505th. That's the Parachute Infantry Regiment under Colonel Gavin. Our regimental recon platoon moved up to secure a smaller side bridge, large enough for jeeps, half-tracks, possibly larger trucks like a 7-ton, but not tanks. And in securing this side bridge on the flank, I've been able to actually open up a potential second way around these Germans that they are facing. If they can take Fiume della Cano, it's going to be a straight shot for them from there as they rush north and are able to capture Palermo. But first things first, we've got to see if our heroes make it. So let's go over to our campaign map, and we will take a look and see what the situation looks like, seeing that big picture. All right, guys, let me know when y'all are able to see this here.
I am good.
I got it.
You got it. You got it. All right. We will go ahead and... That's a little heavy hand. Yes, why not? Again, guys, let me know if that's an okay volume or it's too loud or too quiet.
I think it's good now.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it started off pretty high.
It's a heavy song.
Yeah, it is a heavy song. Dies Irae was like ahead of its time. So here we have Fiume della Cano, the River of Reeds. Pushing across the western side of it, we have the 505th Pathfinder platoon. So you guys have taken out any opposition that was facing you here, and the smoldering wreck, thanks to a very efficient mortar strike, nice and burn and lighten up the way. At your back here, and pushing the advance across Hotel Company, George Company, and India Company, as well as a M4 Sherman Company and some half-tracks. In the center here, by some of these buildings, we've got Dog Company moving up with Easy and Fox in the middle. In the back here, your 3rd Battalion commander is pushing his way up the road behind you. In the center is Colonel Gavin himself, helping lead this assault. He's accompanied by the 2nd Battalion commander, the regimental surgeon, as well as a sniper platoon and an anti-tank platoon, should that become a necessity. Fox, Baker are moving up here on this side of the big road. Next to them is Able Company and Charlie that are pushing up where some of this taller grass is. They've got a M3 Stewart Company as well as some half-tracks and jeeps that are moving up. The 1st Battalion commander is back here with a heavy mortar from the 505th. These boys are pushing forwards. Now, on your side of the river, as we saw, you guys were able to punch through, and although this road can't quite support those Shermans, it can definitely possibly get a half-track and for sure infantry across. The other side is meeting some heavier resistance so far, as there is multiple companies of these are full battalions. So these battalions are significantly stronger in manning. Each of the individuals on this that you'll see represents a company. So once a company's been eliminated, they'll reduce in strength. There is a regimental commander here and a panzer platoon of Panzer IVs. So your boys on the left flank are meeting some resistance. You do also have some air support that is standing by for you in the form of a flight of these P-40s. These can be brought in at one point with your radio for a precision strike. We will get to that when that should become relevant. So, since this is a campaign battle, let's take a look at the German forces as well. On your side, the Germans are in thick over here, getting ready to come reinforce, as you've got these battalions on standby. You know what? I think I put a regimental for a lot of these. I think these are all supposed to be battalions. There we go. So this is not a regimental commander. That's a battalion commander. Let's see. Heavy weapons platoons, battery of mortars on that side. Yeah, there, you guys are a battalion. You're not a regimental commander. Battalion commander. And yeah, these guys are battalion. Okay. Just making sure that was correct. No, that's not correct. You guys are companies. Those should be companies. I faux pas once more. I'm very sorry. Let's change this. Company. Give me one brief second while I have just now realized the error of my ways.
All right.
Do you have any questions regarding the guys that are facing you?
Not really, because I mean, everyone's pretty much out in the open. Is pretty self-explanatory. Now we just got to figure out how we're going to deal with them.
It's true, and we'll see how the cookie crumbles regarding the campaign battle, because we know how that can go. So, being it that it's anybody's game, we're going to go ahead and go to a campaign battle roll-off. Let's get a good ratio first. U.S. forces on the map. We're going to go by each company. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry companies. You've also got 2 tank companies, so that'll put us at 11. 2 half-track companies, so it'll put us at 13. Between your various units of support with sniper and anti-tank and surgeon platoons, we'll put that at 15. And with your air support, we'll pump that all the way to 16.
Mm-hmm.
We'll reduce that fraction in just a second, but we'll keep track that you've got 16. And on the German side, infantry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 did I get this guy? Oh, that's platoon. So 9 infantry companies. So they're at 9. 10 for the mortars, 11, 12. Platoons double up. So there's 12. That's a platoon. And that's a platoon, so that'll double up to 13. With the large anti-tank 88 here in the back, that'll bump them to 14. For tank platoons, there's 15, 16, 17, 18. And with the light armor, I'll put them at 19. And I think we'll just round that to 20 to make it a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 and 20, we reduce those by fourths. So that's going to be a 4 to 5 ratio.
Okay.
Does that math check out?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 to 5. Equipment-wise, the Germans are rocking some medium tanks. These Panzer IV here, Panzer III, Panzer III, and Panzer IV. So 2 Panzer IV, 2 Panzer III, and this mobile machine gun platform here. So I'd say equipment-wise, that'll put them at a 1. And with the big 88 that they've got in the reserve, as well as a mortar battery, I'm going to say that that'll put them at a 2 point for their German equipment.
Mm-hmm.
For U.S. equipment, excuse me, you do have 2 tank platoons and 2 half-track platoons. You have jeeps as auxiliaries. So between your armor there, I'm going to put you at 1. But given that you are also rocking air support here,
And mortars.
And mortars of your own, we're going to bump you to 2 as well. So 2 to 2 will be a draw. Command-wise, the Germans do have some command, but it's scattered. We will put it at a 1. You guys, however, have not only all of your battalion commanders present, but also Colonel Gavin himself on the battlefield. So we're going to bump you to a 2, giving you the advantage there. Your morale as a unit, I'd say, is pretty high. You guys are kicking butt and taking names, pushing them back. I'm going to put U.S. morale at a 2. The Germans are on the retreat. Their Italian allies have proven completely worthless. We're going to say that their morale is going to be at a 0 right now. As for the defensive, they have a little bit of a benefit with these wires on the other sides of the bridge. So I'll give them a 1 for that, but only a 1 because you guys have secured the other side and have a way across now.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take 1 point. You guys, you have those same borders that you could secure if you wanted, so we'll put that at a 1 for you as well. Weather is not effective as it's just kind of misty and nasty outside. And for the PC bump, the additional one that I kind of add in here to reflect the cool stuff that the players have done. Pushing through, knocking out that anti-armor platform, that mobile anti-tank gun, and securing a secondary bridge route to flank, I'm going to give you guys a 2 point bump on that. And of course, they will be at a 0 since they failed to stop you. So to tally that up, America is going to be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points. Germany's at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So despite their numerical advantage in personnel, they are still less likely to be winning this, but as we all know, doesn't necessarily mean anything. So let me have Joseph, you would roll for the U.S., and Kyle, if you would roll for Germany, please.
Yes, and you said it was 9, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it was 13 for the U.S.?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, God. Let this be the one time to where I have some terrible dice rolls.
Well, it was for me.
Oof.
Okay. It actually was for me as well.
Okay. How many did you get, Joseph?
I got 2 successes.
Here we go. And for the Germans?
2 successes.
2 and 2. All right, so roll me doubles twice for both of yous.
Gotcha.
We'll do 1 and 1, 1 and 1. So we'll start with the U.S. since you guys have the advantage. You're on the attack here. What was your first doubles result?
22.
22. A unit in this force spearheads an attack. It breaks through an enemy line or overruns an enemy position. We are going to say that your boys... who do you think should be spearheading this attack or overrunning a position?
I think it would probably make the most sense because I mean those Germans on the left bridge seem like they're pretty dug in over there.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, like the tact here would be to sort of, keep them suppressed and distracted while they
Right
come
side,
into the
yep.
flank.
Okay.
And so I feel like it would make more sense for like some of these infantry and maybe like that Jeep to kind of push forward and start taking over some of these enemy positions
You got it.
on the other side.
So we'll push all 3 of these companies from 3rd Battalion here across. Kind of just fan them out along the line here as they go. And let's have that half track move up with them.
Yeah, the half track.
In assistance. Nice, good machine gun platform. He's got a much longer range, so he's probably holding back behind them.
Mm-hmm.
This big Sherman can't really go, but he's probably going to come to the side to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Dog Company and Easy, are they pushing across too? Oh, and also is 3rd Battalion commander going to come through?
Yeah, I imagine their commander would be coming up with them.
You got it. Probably.
And I'd say maybe one of those 2 companies and then the other to stay and help support on this side.
Got
just
it.
to make sure these guys don't get just obliterated.
So we'll push Dog up a little bit behind them, kind of as a reserve.
Yeah.
All right. For yours, Kyle, what'd you get?
64.
Ooh. The enemy force loses 2 battle dice. Total is going to now be 11 for the U.S. and 1 unit routes. So probably what I foresee happening is you guys got a little bit closer here. This tank that's out here kind of hiding in the weeds engages Hotel Company. They're going to take some casualties on that and start booking it to escape. Moving off of the map and full-on retreat.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to Joey. What'd you get on yours?
53 on the second one.
There we go. All units in this force that are routing or falling back gain heart and recover. You regain a battle die.
Hey, there we go.
From 11, you come
Beautiful.
back to 12 at least. Yeah. As they're running off, they see you guys and realize that your little platoon took this bridge by yourselves. They're a whole company. What in the world are they running away for? They're going to come back and get back into the fight here.
Darn straight they are.
And Kyle, what'd you get for yours?
22.
22. Spearheading an attack, breaking through an enemy line, or overrunning enemy position. Who's spearheading that attack? Breaking through a line or overrunning?
I honestly think that it would probably be something on the left side, and it would be spearheading an attack.
Okay.
Probably some of those up there, like at the front. It just makes more sense for one of those infantry companies, honestly, or the tank or whoever to spearhead like an actual attack on the guys coming up on them, trying to rout them off that position.
You got it.
Right, like
Probably gonna
attacking
be.
from that position of strength.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just trying to play this tactically from their side. I could just be like, oh no, somebody in the back's doing something weird.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to make it
But
so
yeah.
you guys can all get a say here too. I don't mind running them all if you want me to.
No,
No,
it's
I
fine.
appreciate
I'll
it.
run. I'll run the Germans for sure. But I'm gonna play it fairly like I'm. Would
Oh,
try to
please
win.
do.
Yeah.
I
But
wouldn't
yeah,
want it
I
any
would
other
say
way.
right side, since they're fortified, they're going to they'll probably like spearhead an attack.
You got it. So this Panzer is gonna push up, realizing that he's up against basically nothing but a steward. And let's see, is it a unit? A unit in the 4 spearheads attack. So I probably shouldn't have moved that whole battalion. That's fine. I'll be fair to the Germans and let them do the same. So these boys are moving up.
Because I feel like tactically too, like right there at the front of the bridge, and so they've already got support from behind the bridge. So now these guys can move up and hold further out, and they can always push back behind defenses if need be.
All right, their battalion commander is going to sit tight here as the tank is moving up to engage. All right. So that's the outcome of our first round. Let's roll those again. USA, you've got 12. Germany, you have 9.
Come on, Joseph.
There it is. Woo!
How many did you get, Joey?
Got 4 successes.
There it is.
USA.
Hey.
3 on the Germans.
No, move it up on both sides. All right, we'll do this same as we did before. Well, USA, Germany, USA, Germany, USA, Germany. So, Joey, for your those are going to be doubles for each of these successes. So, what'd you get for your first double, sir?
First one was 62.
Ooh. Enemy force loses 2 battle dice and 2 units fall back. So you're down from 9 to 7. And which units are falling back, Joe?
I think that
Is 3rd Battalion's pushing through? Or did these guys overextend themselves on their push?
That's a good point. I think that the over on the right side, on the German side of the river there, I think that some of those guys maybe in the back, or maybe the guys in this house here, they would like see us advancing and like start falling back and retreating.
You've got it. So these guys are going to pull back. They are on the retreat. And let's see. I don't know why I put all these extra guys out here. It's only company commanders on the map. So this infantry company is pushing, and is it the battalion commander or the Panzer Grenadier company that's going to fall back with them for the 2nd unit?
I think it would probably be the Grenadiers.
You got it. Leaving the officer to hold it by himself. All right. Okay, success for Deutschland.
11.
11! There's that low roll. Enemies under pressure, but they're dealing with it. No advantage from this force.
Oof.
All right, Joey, what you got?
36 on the next one.
36. Force rallies, reinforcements arrive, or an artillery barrage is perfectly targeted. You gain a battle dice, bumping you up. Ooh. 13.
Could we say that, is this like when we would maybe bring in that air support to start taking out targets?
Sure.
I think it would make the most sense for that air support to target that tank division that is pushing up on the left side, probably.
You got it.
They don't want to overextend themselves any more than we do on the ground.
All right. They haven't been able to knock it out just yet, but the U.S. Army Air Force is on the scene and is ready to start taking names. All right. Kyle, success for Germany.
56.
56, the meaning of life. Enemy force loses heart and 1 battle die. 1 unit immediately surrenders. Who's surrendering?
It might be. It might honestly, like, thematically, it probably makes more sense for it to be one of the guys that just came in on the right side,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah,
like, they
falling
come
back.
back in, and they're like, you know what, we're back in it, and that tank's like, no, you're not. I watched you run away, and I watched you come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? They probably came in a little bit closer to this field and ran right into this anti-tank battery that's over here waiting in the weeds. So they saw that and immediately were like, nope, you're not getting blown to smithereens point blank by artillery. We're going to go ahead and surrender.
They heard about that Jeep.
Yep, they're like, nope, we don't even have a Jeep to run away in. And what was that roll? You said 56, right?
It was a 56, yep.
And you lose heart and 1 battle dice, so back down to 12. Okay. Sir Joseph.
31.
31. Enemy is becoming disorganized and loses a battle dice. Germany, you're down to 6. They're pushing in your flank. You've got guys pushing forward and other guys retreating. What in the world is going on? Germany, what you got?
44.
44. One enemy unit falls back under pressure. If they can't fall back, they rout. Enemy loses a battle die from 12. USA goes down to 11. And who's going to be this unit that falls back?
I would say it's probably going to be one of the guys on the right side. Maybe now the tank like pushes out.
Okay. Tank rolls up. This Panzer III ready to start pumping some shells down into American Airborne. Who's going to be falling back here?
Probably the closest ones to the tank.
George Company.
Yep.
Getting out of Dodge, moving back across the bridge. Put them right over here as they are on the run. USA, what you got?
I rolled a 66.
The
Hell
max.
yeah.
A key commander of the enemy force is killed. Enemy
Damn. That lieutenant.
3 battle dice and 2 units rout. You lose 3 dice. Germany, you're down to 3 dice.
Hell yeah.
Probably that the plane is coming in, and he. We got a battalion commander right there.
We've also got the battalion commander at the front of that bridge.
All right, so he's probably the main battle commander. So as this airstrike is coming in, you see the command post for the battalion command as he is obliterated in a strafing run along with his headquarters. And what was the other one? 2 units rout. So who's running, Joe?
I feel like it makes the most sense for this tank and the guys in this house over here to.
Okay.
Or
you got house and field infantry, and then the
Oh,
tank.
I didn't see those guys on the left there.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd probably be those 2 infantry units right there.
Okay. Both of them seeing
I see their armor getting lit up, and their boss just got lit up.
The commander got smoked. There's no one to shoot them if they run away. Just kidding, that's Russia. Those dudes are out, leaving the tank on his own. American air power will put him over here, standing triumphantly over where he just murked. Whoops. I said standing. Uh-oh. There we go. Sometimes planes are finicky. All right, P-40 Wreck and Shop. Did you have another success?
I did not. I had 3.
Okay.
And I had 4 on this last one.
Okay, and then was that your 4th one?
I think that was my 3rd.
Okay.
That was your 4th because we both
Oh.
traded, and then that was your extra.
Okay, yeah, so we did USA Germany.
Right, yeah, because I started.
Alrighty.
Makes sense.
New totals: 11 for US, 3 for Germany. Let's see what you got.
Give me 3 successes right here.
3 for USA.
And a 2 for Germany.
Wow, you guys neck
Hey.
and neck to the end. The Germans
Fighting
fighting to the
hard.
bitter end. I love it. All right, USA, what you got?
All right, so that's going to be 36.
36. Force rallies, reinforcements arrive where the artillery is perfectly targeted. You gain a battle dice, bumping you from 11 to 12.
Okay.
Germany,
35.
35. Same result for you as well, bumping you from 3 to 4. The artillery here is, who's it going to target for each of you? USA, you go first. Tell me who that artillery is targeting.
Artillery's probably targeting I'd say either armor, probably on the left side. It would make the most sense to me, I think.
Okay.
Trying to finish off these guys on this side of the bridge.
Artillery comes down hard for these tanks. Germany, where is your artillery coming in?
Knowing that they've got that going on up front, still got some stuff there, and then artillery is probably going to target the half track on the right.
You got it.
That way it just eliminates a little bit of the armor that they have on that flank that we got.
The artillery comes down and starts wrecking shop on that half track with good effect. All right, USA.
Let's see. 23.
23. A unit in the force spearheads an attack, breaks through an enemy line, or overruns an enemy position. Who's spearheading?
I think it would be probably that company on the left of that half track that was just taken out.
Yeah.
They're probably, I'd say, trying to push like further in or they'd probably go further out and try and take out the support on the right side of the map there.
These guys or those guys?
Yeah, I'd say either of those companies would probably be.
Or even the anti-tank platoon back here.
Oh, yeah, probably those guys.
Got it. All right, so India taking the assault to the enemy, pushing up right near these panzers to take on that anti-tank battery. Let's see. All right, spearheading attack or overrunning. It's an anti-tank gun. We'll say that their position gets overrun. Germany.
52.
52. There's a high roll. Enemy force under pressure all over the battlefield. Loses 2 dice. Your 12 drops to a 10 for the US. These Germans are all over the map, and they're getting more consolidated now. Let's see. USA.
11.
Oof.
11. The enemy is under pressure, but coping with it. No advantage for this force.
Yep.
Okay. And do you have another roll for Germany?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. We'll go to the next round. 10 for USA, 4 for Germany.
Still in this. Oh, shit. It's like,
I finally roll all my dice at once.
Hey. One and one?
1 and 1.
I like how the music just got whimsical. All right. USA, what'd you get for your doubles? Or double?
43.
43. Enemy force loses a battle die, and 1 unit falls back. Germany's down to 3. Which unit's falling back here?
This is not like a full route, just falling back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the Panzer over there, seeing us kind of come up and take out the anti-tank, knowing they now have resources to take out said tanks, would
Yeah.
probably fall back and help support these other guys over here to the left.
You've got it. Panzer III platoon displacing, getting away from that anti-tank gun before you turn it in their direction. Gonna make his way over by that building. Germany, what'd you get for your double?
23.
23. Somebody's gonna spearhead an attack, break through an enemy line, or overrun a position.
They'll probably have a spearhead attack on the guys that just took that anti-tank gun out.
All right.
And I'll probably say those guys, on the back of that force line.
Right here?
Yep.
All right, this company is moving up, going to engage. It's not a battalion, this is a company. My bad. So now that they're coming up here, and this is a company-on-company battle, let me get you guys to both roll a single d6. This is going to be a d3 roll.
All right.
I can go get my D3.
You do have a d3. You have all those cursed dice. Yeah, if you want to, man. This is a chance to roll a d3, so I'm not going to stop you. I won't deny you that.
Got a 1.
Got a 1? Okay.
I got a, it would be considered a 2.
Okay. India Company is hurting. For whatever reason, those guys aren't statted. Well, oh, I'm just gonna copy you. These guys are losing some boys, but the boys in India Company are losing far more. All right, we'll just do that anytime we have a one-on-one of forces of like the same unit type. It's an overrunning a position. We'll just do a roll-off like that. See who takes it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Next round. 10 USA, 3 Germany.
It's a lot better. We got 4 successes.
There we go.
Yeah, you think that's funny? I've got 0.
Oh, all right. USA is going to
The low dice is are finally taking hold.
They had to show their faces at some point.
True.
All right. Let's get those 4. What's the first one?
First will be 13.
No advantage on this. Next roll.
62.
Beefy. Enemy loses 2 battle dice and 2 units fall back. Germany,
Oh,
you're down
no.
to a single dice. Which 2 units are falling back, Joe?
I think it would probably be. I feel like those India Company like really digs in and forces those other guys maybe to like fall back or and get back with their other guys and to the either left or further back past that field.
They're probably going to run all the way back to these because they've taken some casualties now.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the other unit that's going to fall back?
I mean, it would make the most sense probably for that lone commander if that would be the other.
Yeah. All right. The other battalion commander is going to fall back here where he's got tank support.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Third success.
63.
Again. That's the last of your battle dice. The Germans kind of getting the word from this battalion commander, realizing his buddy is dead, are going to go into a full retreat. All right, Germany is booking it. Trying to salvage what they can while they can. The remaining German forces on the battlefield quickly turn to...
See that other grass tank?
Oh, yeah, the one in the back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the sneaky boys.
Can I roll that last success just to see what I would have got?
Yeah, send it.
Let's see. 46.
46 would have been one enemy unit falls back under pressure. If they can't fall, they rout and they lose a battle dice.
Oh,
So
not
nothing
bad.
but nothing but retreats here.
Damn, and
Alright.
I pulled out the one of my metal boys for my last remaining one that you took from me.
All right, Fiume Delicano is secured as the last of the German forces here from the Hermann Goering division immediately fall back. Those heavy guns, an anti-aircraft gun that was over there waiting to see if I could bait your plane into engaging across the river, which he did not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all right. And then also that 88 could have been used as anti-aircraft as well. I also totally forgot the Germans had a Stuka, so that's my bad. I apologize. All the same, Jerry is repelled, and the Americans take Delicano. The remainder of the month is pushing up along the western coast of Sicily until an eventual push north at the end of July towards Palermo. So, Chef and Doc, you guys have arrived at the outskirts of Palermo. The 505th has been taking a little bit of a break and letting the 504th do the lion's share of the fighting here now. You're sort of on the mop-up duties as you're coming into the town. You notice ahead of you, as your recon platoon is doing some scouting, trying to find any hidden locations of the enemy, that there are a group of individuals that appear to be armed and just kind of standing by. They're civilians by the attire, but all of them just kind of stand there watching you, coming out from the shadows, until the point that you're outnumbered almost 5-1. What are you gonna do?
Shit, 5-1. And like they're for sure aggressive against us.
They don't necessarily seem aggressive, but these locals are armed to the teeth.
Say, anybody speak English? Just sort of like bring my hands up.
See one of them who's got a British Sten gun in his hand, kind of put it over his shoulder, and he's got sort of that American fedora style hat that he kind of tips back a little bit. Yeah, I speak English.
Seems I think you people live here?
Yeah, that's an astute observation.
Let's see. Well, listen, we're not trying to cause you any trouble. Just trying to use the bridge. Get through.
That's a good thing. See, those dumb fascists, those boys like to cause us trouble. But I hear that you guys are not gonna cause us trouble.
Got no designs to cause anybody around here any trouble. Just trying to help kick the fascists out.
Just making our way through.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Kind of pulls a cigarette out, very long and slender.
I offer him a light.
Ah, thanks. So you boys from the States, huh?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Down in Bayou Country in Louisiana.
Lovely. And that place is a swamp. Nothing but mosquitoes.
For about half of it.
What about you?
From Dayton, Ohio.
Ohio. All right. Used to be sweet on a girl from Cleveland. Didn't work.
Nice if you like the water with the lake. Gets a bit cold up there, snowy.
Yeah, I'm way too cold for my taste.
It's cold in Dayton too, but you don't get as much snow.
Still live in Queens.
Thought I heard a little New York in your voice
Yeah,
there.
it's good times. Had to move back to the old country. Stupid cops wanted me for some dumb murder charge.
Hmm.
I'll do
Well,
it.
Well, it's a good thing there's a great big ocean between you and them, huh?
That is true, but you can imagine a little bit of concern seeing American firepower show up at my doorstep, huh?
I understand your concern. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're here for the fascists. We're not here to serve out court orders for New York.
Yeah, that's not really our jurisdiction.
That's what I like to hear. Sounds like you boys might be getting lucky. If I could have you both roll an insight check on that.
Terrible.
Doc's actually got decent insight.
Oh,
Okay, I got a success.
uno succession.
You both recall a brief that has been passed down to you by Lieutenant Ellington before you guys pushed up here to Palermo.
Mm-hmm.
The emphasis was strong on ties between the Sicilian mafia based at Palermo in New York, specifically in relation to a major crime boss in the States by the name of Lucky Luciano. Now, it has been relayed to you that expressing that you're with Lucky or you're feeling lucky is a way of letting the local mafia know that Lucky has blessed this operation and that you are operating in Sicily under his authority to do so, and that they are not to interfere.
Yeah, I think we got some lucky stars shining down on us.
That's what I like to hear. But you're gonna find, my friends, that right up the way there is a bridge. That bridge is gonna take you right across to the Jerry's headquarters. They seem to be a little bit distracted right now. Off to the west, I'm a betting man, and I'd bet that they're gonna leave that south side pretty open. If anybody should roll up.
I think I might take that bet up.
Yeah. You should happen to be on a stroll. Who might have stopped you? I'll tell you where to walk.
We do a lot of walking.
I bet you do. All right, Mac. Be on your merry way. Here. Kind of reaches in the small crate that's on the ground next to him, pops it open, and pulls out a bottle of wine, one in each hand. For you, for your troubles.
I just kind of raise the bottle, tip my head.
Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, thank you kindly.
Para
Just sort of
grazie,
stuff it in my shirt.
Then I'll say back to him just like from Inglorious Bastards, grazie.
Speak third best Italian here.
Grazie.
Kind of puffs the cigarette one more time and just get out of here.
So yeah, I think we go head to that south spot.
As you guys lead the regimental recon platoon, find a large building, 2 stories, kind of coming through the backside of this courtyard. You can see within the courtyard itself are several German staff officers. They're very nicely pressed uniforms, a stark difference to most of the regular troops that you faced, kind of gathered around a map on a table in this open courtyard. I don't seem to have noticed you.
I am internally just like frothing because now I know that there's a chance that I can fulfill the bet that we all had and actually get like a lot of those items that are required for like to cash out that pot.
Oh, you're about to make bank here.
And so yeah, I'm like, oh.
We'll just like, all right, kind of like everybody like surround as much as we can, and just like, does it look like there's a whole lot of like actual like infantry like soldiers here who like?
No, this is the
No,
command
like
post.
guards.
This is a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think like once we're all like feel like we're good and surrounded them, sort of like get weapons drawn and say hello.
They, and hearing you, instinctively turn around, immediately grabbing for the pistols, realizing that they are completely surrounded and outgunned. This kind of, there's this look on their face of like, shit. As they just immediately lower their hands away from their weapons.
All right, one at a time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell the my radio guy that I had that you played last time that spoke German to just be like shout at them and say like drop the weapons and kick them like away from you.
As he
Tell them nobody touches anything on the tables. No maps, no nothing.
As the oldest looking of the three of them, you're not entirely sure their ranks, slowly puts his pistol out on the ground. The second one does the same. The third one, who's the youngest of the three, and can I get a quick perception check?
Also terrible.
Certainly.
Uno success.
There we go.
No success. Oh, 5 dice.
Oof. Chef, you see it first. One of these things is not like the other. This guy does not have the typical color of most of the troops you fought. The one side has what looks like a couple of leaves and bars. The other side has a skull with crossbones.
This is my guy. Is he trying to make some sudden movements?
He does also have a Knight's Cross. He has a Luger.
It's like 3. It's
and
3.
He has the dagger in his boot.
Let's go. The jackpot.
As he slowly takes the Luger out and the dagger as well.
Yeah, and like after everyone, like after I feel that the situation's secure, how many are there? There's 3, you said?
Just the 3 of them.
Just the 3 of them. Like everyone else that's with us is, I'm gonna basically like walk up and like grab a couple of guys. Probably me. What's your medic's name?
Doc Davis.
Doc. So like me and Doc will go up, and probably one other guy.
Probably that same guy who knows German, just so he can look up and like see if he can catch anything.
Yeah, and we'll secure them while everyone else holds fire on them, potential fire on them, and then we'll secure everything. And I'm tying them up, and I'm absolutely taking all 4 of those items off of this guy.
You got it. As he's getting tied up, he protests as you're taking his hat off and ripping the iron cross off of his neck. And as he's saying whatever it is that he's complaining about, Private Paul just sucker punches him in the gut, just doubles him over, says something else to him in German. You can see this man kind of look over at Private Paul, spits at him in the face.
I'm gonna give him a quick tap to the back of the head with the butt of my gun.
Yeah, make a close combat for me.
And as I do, be like, Chef, take this guy, and I'm gonna grab Paul and just sort of like, kind of like walk him away from the situation.
Give me 2 successes.
Okay.
Ain't worth it, man.
As you see Paul's fist coming up, you kind of instinctively grab it, Doc, and hold him and help him just wipe the spit off of his face. And as this SS officer is just grinning at you, there's just a conk from the back of his head as it just doubles over and he just face plants onto the stone floor.
Yeah, and I just look down and go, Nazi bastard.
The of the other two
Josh ain't worth it,
officers,
Paul.
the older one just kind of looks at him and is like, kind of shrugs. The younger one just, there's almost a hint of a smile on his face. If he wasn't like stressed and depressed, you could see where it's trying to creak out at the edge of his mouth, but it's not there. Paul, as you're walking with him, Doc, just kind of tells you, that SS bastard said they rounded up a handful of civilians. They took them out behind the monastery. He had it coming. He deserves way worse than that.
I'll tell you, he's gonna be rotting in a prison. I'll tell you that.
We ought to be rotting in hell.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't get off so easy.
As he kind of walks back and looking away from these officers, there's a little bit of a shuffle from the alley, from the direction you guys had come before. You can hear the feet moving quickly.
I'm gonna
Take a peek outside.
Yeah, I'll kind of ready my stuff as well.
Okay. Let me get a perception check from Natolius.
There we go. 2 successes.
Thank God I got the 1 because I rolled a 6 and 3 1s.
Oof. The voices that you hear coming up this alley are American.
Okay. Do they sound distressed?
It sounds like a patrol. Move up. Secure the area. Keep your eyes peeled. Watch out. Opening up to the left up ahead.
And as they are like starting to get close, this will call out just from like where we are now, just like thunder.
You hear a brief pause. Flash.
And sort of like kind of open the door and like, just like see who's coming up, see if there are any like officers that are like above us.
Yes, you are immediately struck with 2 pieces of shiny on 2 different helmets of these individuals walking up. The first of them, kind of leading the way, is Lieutenant Ellington. His face kind of greets you as he gives you a quick nod, and then kind of motions behind him for the rest of them to move up. The second of these individuals that comes through as they all kind of fill into this courtyard is Colonel Gavin himself.
Lieutenant Ellington, Colonel Gavin. Happy to report we've captured some German officers. May have some intelligence as well.
It's good to go. Congratulations. Good work, guys. I knew you guys would take this. Do you have any problem with the locals? You remember what I told you?
We remembered.
All right.
Paid off. We got lucky.
Good to hear. What have we got here?
As they're like saying that, I'm gonna try to like slip by them and like to the troops that are out there. Do I see any faces that I recognize in the crowd that like absolutely I made that are part of this like money pool that we have?
Let's see. Who else was in that pool with you?
Oh man.
A lot of them were in the in Bobby and Boomer's Jeep. I know that it was the dude who I had with me that helped me with the like watching the outside of the door for food. He was in on the bet. Boomer was in on the bet. A lot of people in that first Jeep that are all dead are in the bet or were in that bet.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people who peeled off with Boomer and Bobby, a couple of those were also in on that bet as well.
We'll say that the first one that probably catches your eye is going to be Cricket, Private Jimenez.
Yeah. Oh, great. That's perfect because I don't like him anyways. So, yeah, I'll immediately like, and I've got all this stuff like kind of like tucked away right now. but I'm immediately gonna walk and be like, "Hey, Cricket,
What's up?
remember that bet?" And then I'm gonna immediately pull out the Iron Cross, the dagger, the Luger, and the other one, that the hat.
Get the hell out of here.
Look,
How'd you get them
got
all?
them from one guy.
From one guy?
One guy, the jackpot. We ran across that lucky guy, and that's real. He is lucky.
I thought that was just a story the lieutenant was telling us to get us to be nice to the locals and stuff.
No, he's real, and it rubbed off.
What?
Dude.
Pay up.
I think Becker's got the money.
Oh, yeah. I'll get with Becker. Hey, look. Next bet, maybe you'll have better luck.
All right, we got to take a new bet. All right, get the boys around. We're going to come up with another one.
All right, I'm going to go back inside with Doc, make sure upper leadership's good. Y'all figure that out. I'll come back. We'll get the arrangements.
We're going to make a good one this time. And you're not going to get it all in one person. We're going to change it up so you can't. Like a fighter pilot hat and like a nurse's chones or something. I don't know.
You don't know that couldn't be on one person.
It feels wrong. I don't think so. We'll see, though. We'll see.
You know what fighter pilots do when they're not flying?
Hey,
Nurses chones.
this guy gets it. Dang, still can't believe that. My rotten luck.
And I'll like give him like a quick like hard pat on the back. You're like, next time, Cricket. And then I'll run back inside and make sure upper leadership's all good.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
Okay.
Water everywhere.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
As you go back in, Colonel Gavin is kind of interviewing the higher ranking of the two, or the two conscious German officers that you captured. Kind of looks back at y'all with like a sly grin. Are you telling me you two actually took this guy all by yourselves?
Wasn't really much
What'd
they
you
could do.
say?
They were surrounded.
Good work, boys. This here is a colonel, and that is his adjutant, a captain, and that is an SS dog who will be dealt with appropriately. All right, well, I told myself you guys did good in Palermo. You proved the value of a recon platoon to the regiment. I'm going to take you with me. Completion of this mission of Operation Husky. Got plans in the works. You boys are going to come back with me stateside. I'm going to start training a new program. I'm going to call it Pathfinders. Go behind enemy lines before anybody else, even before the rest of the Airborne.
I like the sound of that.
You guys got experience. You're going to be some of my cadre. I'm going to start teaching people how to do this thing. Grab your gear. We'll move out in the morning time. For now,
Raj.
enjoy some wine, enjoy some locals, enjoy some rest. Well earned, boys.
Aye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of gives each of you a quick pat on the shoulder as he leads the German colonel out and back down the road with the major in tow. Some of the other troops that are there are kind of carrying out the knocked out SS officer. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you guys go back stateside here?
Again, other than collecting my money, and then just like giving everybody probably giving everybody like the news, and then kind of like farewells, drinking with everybody, and then I'm living it up for the the one night of peace that we get.
Yeah. Okay. And Doc?
I think much of the same. Seen sort of enough blood and guts that he's ready to go back home and just sort of try and forget it all. At least with all the violence surrounding it. Probably going to go back to work in the hospital again, but maybe move out of like the out of sort of like emergency room type hospital into more of like a family practice or something.
Okay. As the rest of the war goes on, and you spend your time in Cadre, moving out and eventually surviving the war, spending the rest of it teaching future generations, iterations, and classes of Pathfinders before the war does eventually come to an end. Many of them making the eventual jump on D-Day in the following year. You guys are able to find a life after the war. And the stories and experiences that you encountered, that you endured, you survived, will become varied. Some of them that you can tell your kids and grandkids. Some of them that you only talk about at reunions with your buddies many, many years down the road. Some that you just never talk about again. But that is where we will conclude the Baggy Pantsed Devils. Looping back to Julio, who wasn't able to be here with us for the final. We would have loved to have had him because his characters were always phenomenal. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved having him here. Loved having him as a player in my D&D group as well. But you guys like to say any words about Julio, his impact, his characters, his game?
I think I would just like to say that Julio was always somebody who was unapologetically and unashamed himself. He was never afraid to be who he truly was. It really shone through in his characters. It was action first and words later, and that is, that is something that I'm gonna definitely try and emulate in my life, just in honor of him.
It's a fitting tribute. Julio was he was a combat engineer, and he has served in Iraq with the army, where I know he had been on the receiving end of an IED, often walked with a limp, and I know he had some health-related problems because of that too. Yet despite all of that, he still lived his life in full speed. Man drove a Challenger. That was not somebody who was trying to sit it out or just live a pity party. The man lived full. He lived in 6th gear, so good on him. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and you can see that in all aspects of his life with how just for the short time I interacted with him as a person and then brought that through into his characters. I love the fact that, especially in the game, there's a lot of brevity, a lot of comedy, and probably my favorite thing of all is just the fact that he brought the chaos, which is in typical combat engineer style of bringing the chaos.
Oh yeah, he absolutely did. Blowing up the hangar there, knocking out that half track, just.
The thing is, I'm so glad he got to do it, just because there were so many times that he had that rocket launcher, that bazooka ready. He had it ready and primed, and every time we were like, "Please, like, no, not now, not now."
Do it. Do
and
the
he was
thing.
like, and he was like, we were like, "No, don't do the thing." He's like, "But when? But eventually."
Soon.
Yeah, soon.
And he got it. He knocked out that half track, saved you guys, at least definitely Chef. Because that half track was coming your way with a vengeance, saved Webb a little bit of time. So yeah, he played his characters great. But it just wouldn't be the same to continue running the story without him as a part of it. So we will wrap up the Baggy Pants Devils. In the future, for us at least, I know we're looking into potentially running a what if campaign, sort of playing with the ideas, right, with these campaign battles that it's not necessarily set in stone, and these things could go either direction. So as we would diverge into a sort of an alternate history, playing the fun game of what if. That's where the future will take us. So hopefully we will see you guys there, and if not, look around for us. You can find us on the Facebook page, on the Discord sometimes, and definitely, if you haven't already gotten it, I absolutely encourage you to go out, get War Stories by Firelock Games. The PDF is available right now. I don't know when you're watching this. Hopefully that the book will be out and released and shipped at that time too. They also have their Rendezvous with Destiny. It's a sort of a D&D campaign. Sorry, a D-Day campaign. Not D&D. It's still War Stories. Highly encourage you to check that out too. And if you're excited like I am for future things in the works, more air battles, if you want to see new theaters like the Pacific, if you want to see new factions like the Russians and the Japanese, all of those things, as far as I know, are in the works. So get involved now. Check it out. Go buy it. Until I see you guys next time, thank you so much for watching. It's been my pleasure to be the GM for this group. I'm Brian. This is Joey. That's Kyle. We hope you guys had fun. We'll see you on the battlefield.